What's up, guys? I don't know why I did that intro. I just have a drone that I don't use because I'm scared to crash it, so I decided to do that. But in this video, I am installing these night drive TV sleepy eye headlights. It's not going to be a full install because he has a full install video on his YouTube channel with lots of details. I'm also installing halo rings around my fog lights. They're 60 millimeters, I believe. So if you watch the video for the install on YouTube, he has a really detailed video. There's 4 screws holding on this top cover over here on this light. I did the driver's side before I did the passenger side just to get my bearings down, and then I filmed over here on the passenger side. Like, it's pretty easy if you've ever worked on headlights. Like, to get this bezel out, it's only 3 screws. 1, 2, 3, boom, those come out. And then to get this off, I forget what size this is. It's like a T25 or something, or T15. Get that off, and then this just lifts right off. Of course, you want to take care of it because it's painted, and you're putting it back on. And so, like, now this is where it gets technical because you gotta take certain bolts off to get this off. There's like a screw holding this thing in back here. There's this screw that allows you to swivel everything, and then you get to remove this. Keep dropping everything down in there. So this is like a perfect tool with a little magnet on it, or like a little grabber tool, because you can reach down in here and get that. So I got this out. That's that gets replaced by that, but this swivels down, yada yada. This needs to be lubed up before I even try to move it. Halo's 60 millimeter ring off of Amazon. They got 2 options. You can do amber or white halo. This is the ground. It has this little box on there. So I'm grounding this to the bolt that it mounts on with this kit. I'm gonna use this, boom. And then for this one, I'm using white. I'm gonna splice it to the same place that the headlight splice to. These come with like a T-tap, a little T-tap in there, and then right after that I tap in with the splice like this, but like a smaller one. And now I'm gonna double side tape this to here, wire this into, we're going off of this light, this one they use, so gotta use this brown wire, tap into that up here for the headlight, and then tap into a little bit further down for that, and then this is low beam, this is high beam. I still have this one plugged in. I know it's high beam. I've already replaced, I think, the gear in this headlight, but that's on there. So that's the stop. You can adjust that height for the sleepy eyes. I think that's what it's supposed to be. Let's measure it. It's supposed to be like 5 and 1/4. That is 5 and 1/4. That's about right. This is a new version of the stop with a newer screw. He has instructions on his website. Make sure you check his website. Make sure you check his website. These keep the arm from rotating up too far or too low or whatever. This is where you adjust it and why it has that sleepy eye look. All right, so everything's wired up. I use the zip tie on just one from their resistor because I do want the headlights to flip down regularly instead of having to go into high beams. That's all wired over there. So like I said, I spliced right behind their T-tap into the halo right there, boom. I'm putting these on the mount, a little adjuster piece or whatever. So this is gonna angle up, and I put this in here. I did it on the other side like this. Put that in there. Put that here. Boom. And then mount this up over here. Put this on. I definitely need the bezel, but that'll come later. Definitely gotta work on the height. That side's a little bit lower than that side. I probably want to go that height over there. In order to adjust that, you gotta move that screw, you see it, up and down. So you will be using the 5/32 on there, like so. And then the 10. So you just come back in here and keep readjusting that to wherever you want the height to be. So here is the finished product. During the day, I usually drive around with just the halos on. At night, I'll turn them fully on, which lights up the 2 outer lights, and then high beams is all 3. My cameras suck at night, so I couldn't get any good videos for you guys except for like this one right here. Apologize for that, but good luck with your install if you purchase these, and of course, see you guys on the next one. Thank you guys for watching.